looking good. Yeah, so here is carry on down to the left. I think we've got about half a mile on the way out of the forest bit onto the mud, I imagine.
That's another classic badger route then. Here we are back at it.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember that trip we did, where was it? Oh, in Wales, which was about 32 degrees and it was up over this never ending suffer fest.
I think I was on an inappropriate bike that time.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, we're out of Fernworthy Reservoir. Bit of a mud fest, bit of hiker bike. Actually a little bit knackered. Yeah, that's Bivy down there. So a bit of downhill now, then a little bit of farmland, and then onto the road, bit of forest, back onto the road, and then Princetown, past the prison.
Whose idea was this project?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it is Dartmoor.
Yeah, it is Dartmoor, that's right. That's better. This was not on the agenda. Could be worse, could be better. On horseback.
Could be on.
Blazer.
In a blazer, yeah.
We're going up there.
Ooh.
Or do we just carry on? Who knows?
I think we just carry on.
Time to open the milkshakes. Like a child.
It's a beautiful day now. It certainly wasn't. Be all right? Right, it's getting what we've got about an hour and a half until sunset, I reckon. And water collect and try and find somewhere to sleep. Distilled water.
Literally, it says swish shake.
Yeah, but all the minerals are now are in the filter and blocking it.
Right. Does white wine vinegar not kill the minerals then? Or?
It dissolves them. But yeah, that's not. It's clogged. No, I had the same in Wales with mine, and I could get no water, and I was kind of screwed. But yeah, we use mine. Yeah, that's nowhere near what it should be. Try that one. We are fucked.
Oh, Catadin, what have you done?
Ah.
These These are
I
useless.
cleaned that out.
These are useless. That's right. They're like one use only.
They are absolute garbage.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I've used it once. I swear I came home and cleaned this. Oh, you're doing quite well.
Yeah, it's just taking time.
Oh, I'm gonna try it then. So the lesson is clean it with white wine vinegar first, test it works, then before you go away. This is shocking. Cock up. I think what we're going to have to do is drop down the other side and drop down into the valley and just find a field, a farmer's field or something. Going to be exposed up on the high ground. Yeah, we both got bivvies tonight. Chris has got a new bivvy, which hopefully I'll show you if we ever manage to get there. Somewhere to set them up. Yeah, he's got a new bivvy, which is worth having a look at actually. I've got my favourite bivvy, which is the Carinthia Explorer 2 Plus. Beautiful bit of kit. Sea to Summit 4-inch pad. R value 3.6, not great, but good enough for tonight. And then a Sea to Summit Spark SP1 with a comfort rating I think of about -2. So that'll be fine for tonight. And a bivvy, you always get a few more degrees, particularly a good thick military bivvy like the Carinthia. Some sort of funky old buildings, but I think we're going to leave this as camp here. Nice short grass, plenty of flat spots I think. This is it I think. Warm up, get the bivvy down, and my bivvy is all in together, so I've got the bivvy inside that sleeping bag, inside, and then with that the mat, so just roll it out and I'm done. There's no wind, I'm not going to bother putting the tarp up, not expecting any rain, and if it is, the bivvy's fine. So, be the quickest camp I've ever set up. I didn't think we were going to get anywhere. I thought we were going to end up in the pub. The pub's about a mile away. It was really tempting, and then just go and say, look, if we get a meal, can we sleep on your gardens? But I think this will do. The temperature's going to drop rapidly in a minute, so it's got to get warm I think first. Maybe get some food on first, we'll just warm up. Right, I think I've got a ground sheet. Right. Okay. Yeah, it's a big 4-inch Sea to Summit. I got the ground sheet, dirt cheap off of Amazon. Carinthia Sea to Summit Spark SP3, which I can highly recommend. That'll keep me warm. And there we go. I love the Carinthia. It's got this bug mesh here if you need to. But the great thing about it is there's loads of room, absolutely loads of room. So you can have a big winter sleeping bag in here with a big mat, no problem. Right, get some warm clothes on and get some food. And what's it? Oh, outdoor research.
AscentShall.
AscentShall. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I do like hoops with a side load. Oh, right, so this is at an angle.
Yeah, it's like diagonal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's their new material, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's got a lot of benefits. Although, the only thing I noticed online was that people were saying that the feet are a bit narrow.
Yeah.
But other than that...
It looks fine for this one, but I do wonder with my other wider pad how much joy I would have, but...
Yeah. It fits. So is the other pad what? Just a
25
rectangular?
Inch.
Okay.
Yeah, 25 inch rectangle, whereas this one's more of a sort of mummy.
But you're almost cowboy style, aren't you? That's what I like about it. Whereas mine, if I want the bug mesh, it's just a little window up there. Whereas that is all open.
That was one hell of a night. I think that was about 12 hours. 12 hours in here. But my back really suffers. I'm not a ground dweller. My back is absolutely killing me. Tell you what I did learn, it was about feet. Don't go to bed when cold. My feet were freezing cold, and when I got in, I tried to warm them up, but it just didn't work. Got in here, and then of course my legs get cold because the blood's running down to my feet. It's cooling and going up back into my legs, and my legs felt cold. But it was about an hour and a half before I'd warmed up. But since then, it's been gorgeous and warm in here. But my back is killing me. I must have rolled over about 100 times. A little bit of rain last night. Definitely went down to 4 or 5 degrees. A little bit of rain. But a glorious moonless night. But the stars were up. It's just beautiful. Really good bivvy. A little bit of condensation, not a lot, a little bit of where I was breathing, it just wasn't quite venting out, and it's a little bit damp on my sleeping bag, but hardly anything. Breakfast and about 15 miles back to the car.
So Chris, debrief me, YouTube, if possibly I put this out on
the setup.
Yeah.
In some ways, it's made my little tent redundant, because with that tent, obviously it's double skin, so you probably do get a bit better condensation protection. But once you're in it, a bit like this one. I suppose you get a bit more space to store some bits, whereas I had nothing in here. Everything had to go out.
Yeah.
And this is a waterproof bag. That's a waterproof bag.
So it lends itself quite well to bike packing, because you do go with waterproof bags.
Well, you do.
As a
you're
routine.
Right. Otherwise, you would need to have something more substantial. You know, a proper waterproof bag. I think if it was a real downpour. But I was quite impressed. I could feel, in the night, almost more out of sort of interest, I'd try and feel the inside skin to see if there was condensation, and at times it did feel a bit damp.
Yeah.
But I think the conditions we've just had, it's kind of no surprise, and I don't think my sleeping bag's wet at all. I certainly wasn't damp.
So did you sleep with just the net over?
I slept with. I did put the net up in the end because I was tempted not even to bother with that. But I would say I also closed up the outer just up to about here, and that's purely from a temperature regulation point of view.
Yeah, just to hold a bit of heat.
I was worried I was just ditching heat out here.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
So that was it. Otherwise, I've just noticed that on the top. Look, is that some sort of?
Oh yeah. What is that for then?
No idea. It's in an odd position, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's all asymmetric, like the pegs. In fact, and the hoop is asymmetric, isn't it? It's angled for getting in, as are the pegs. You've just got one peg down on the bottom left and one top right. Interesting. There was a bit of rain last night as well.
Was there?
Yeah, 100%. I could hear it on the. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So if you've got any damp, it may be from that.
Yeah.
But it's frosty.
Yeah, it is.
The bikes are. There's no way. I think it was lower than 5 degrees.
100%. Yeah, there's definite ice in the water bottle.
Yeah. But it's a gorgeous morning.
Yeah, it's stunning.
I'll say the worst thing about bike packing is getting all the stuff into these little awkward shaped bags on the bike. It's not like hiking. I mean, wild camping is just all in one big rucksack, and it's really quick and easy to pack up. The bivy was really easy because it's all rolled into one. So I've got the mat, the bag, the bivy there. I just roll it all up and then roll the whole thing up and chuck it into a dry bag. So that was quite easy. But the rest of it is just fiddly. When you've got cold fingers, I do prefer wild camping where it's just into a rucksack. But bike packing gets you into, much, further out areas. With wild camping, you've got to find somewhere to park your car. With bike packing, you park it anywhere convenient and you can set off and get wherever you're going. So I think bike packing is all about getting the right setup, the right bags that makes it simple for you. I mean, panniers are good. If you can do panniers, because everything is just one big bag. This is just more awkward, but it opens up other things for you. So there are benefits, obviously. Otherwise I wouldn't do it. Right. Oh, feet are freezing now, and my fingers. Come on. Oh. You don't get trouble with hiking. Yeah, so I went over and had a chat with a couple that were wild camping. MSR illicit, or I can't remember, begins with something like that, but he normally hammocks as well. But they were down there, and you've never been allowed to wild camp on that side of the river. You could on the other side, but because after lockdown, general public just trashed the place, they've stopped all that. So he pushed his luck and he got away with it. Well, I think someone came over at 6 in the morning and said he shouldn't be camping there, but yeah, no rangers. So I might look to go and camp there on the other side of the river where you used to be able to, but in the woods, in the forest. I'm actually quite knackered. I believe it's bloody gorgeous. Right, off to Post Bridge, I think it is next. Yeah, so if you're into bikepacking, or you're thinking about bikepacking, I wouldn't necessarily come to Dartmoor or Exmoor to start with. Go to the New Forest. Make sure your kit all works. Make sure you got some bike fitness, which I'm lacking at the moment. Yeah, New Forest is a great starting place. And if you're nervous about wild camping side of it, then there are loads of campsites or Wildcamp. And then maybe Mid Wales is another really good one, which I've done lots of around Limbrian Reservoir. It's beautiful. Anyway, I better put my hands, I'm running out of brake power. There you go, hardcore. Gravel bike with road slicks on it. Hard work.
Why didn't I bring a spare pair of shoes, you know?